everyone, welcome to my FlossTube channel. This is our 2020 Christmas home tour. So this is starting at the front door of the house. We've got the vintage mailbox light that my husband made for me a couple of years ago, and then a buffalo check wreath at the top, and then the Noel sign I made myself I think 2 years ago, and then the Santa boots came from Costco last year. So now I'm going to move inside the house and start the tour from inside. So now I've just come in the entryway, so on the other side of that door, and this is what you see. So there's the front door, and then around here I have the chalkboard picture frame up there. I have it hanging, but I've already got a plan for what's going in that. Hopefully once I finish the Christmas stitching one chalkboard piece of Priscilla Blaine's, that's where that's going to go. And then on the hall table I have Santa and Mrs. Claus with a North Pole Santa's Workshop sign, and then I have Lizzie Kate's Christmas string or Mary string, I can't remember what it was called now, on that table at the top. And then down underneath I have a VW van with a Christmas tree on top that came from TK Maxx last year. And then I have a cute little snowman that was also TK Maxx last year, and a glass Christmas tree, mercury glass I think they call it. And then on the door I have the snowman hanging piece, and I have a bowl with a Christmas scene in it and a snowman hat that I made a couple of years ago, just sitting on the ground there. We don't really come in the front door very often. We use the back door and the side door, so it's not a problem being there for us. Then when you come around to my hutch, this is my farmhouse hutch, and I have a rag garland up there that I made a few years ago, and a pom-pom garland I got from TK Maxx last year. And then I have just a couple of Christmas tchotchkes up throughout the hutch. On the second or the middle shelf I have two Christmas farmhouse embroideries that I did. I finished them off last night, so I'll bring you in closer for those. So there's the Merry Christmas chicken, and then there's the cow with the chickens on his back. They're so cute. I love how they turned out. And then I have the Merry and Bright planter kind of thing, I guess, with the greenery and the buffalo check in it, to go with our buffalo check farmhouse kind of theme. So now I will turn you around and I'll just pause it and go into the next section to show you the next bit. Then on the other side of the hallway in this section, I have this joy sign. I made that a couple of years ago as well, just with some wooden letters and a wreath, and that was like an old crib bed end kind of thing. The snowman quilt, I made that one a few years ago as well. I think that one's super cute, and that was a free pattern from Laurie Holt. Then I have a blanket box here, which I've just covered with a green blanket, and I have these two pillows that I got from TK Maxx last year. It's The Most Wonderful Life. And then on the door that goes into our bedroom, I just have a bell hanger. And then over in this corner I have a picture frame with a pine cone wreath that's really pretty. I got last year as well. And then I have this big, tall, stretchy Santa with another Santa and a moose down at the bottom. Further down our hallway, I have these two wooden sleds. One was from TK Maxx last year. The other one was from Target last year or the year before. And in those, I just have some buffalo check fake Christmas trees that I got from TK Maxx last year as well. And that's the start of my gallery wall. I just have some chicken stuff and cow stuff up on there. I haven't put anything Christmas up on there as yet. So turning you around now I just have, this was another Lizzie Kate piece that I did a couple of years ago. I can't remember the name of that pattern either. If I find the name of the pattern, I can list it below or look it up for you. Then as you come into our lounge room, we have the fireplace on this side. I have another chicken piece up the top there above the fireplace. The I'm Dreaming of a Farmhouse Christmas is a sign that I made this year. Then I just have some red trucks and Santas down the bottom and the lantern. And the Christmas stockings my mum made for us. I'm actually getting a few more off of her so I can have 7 across there once I see her next, which will be tomorrow, I think. Then you come around into the lounge room, and flanking either side of the TV, I have 2 lots of signs. So the top ones are the Old Fashioned Christmas, and then there's the Noel and the Joy. I got those from TK Maxx last year. And then on top of the TV unit or the buffet, I have my Christmas village, or the big chunk of my Christmas village. And then if you keep coming further around, I have the rest of my village over here on the bookshelf, which holds all my cross-stitch stuff. And above that, I have a quilt hanging thing, and that's just got a Christmas quilt on that I made a couple of years ago. Then in the corner, I have my Jim Shaw Santa that I got last year from Costco. And then I have 2 more pillows, the Joy and the other one, I think it says Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, which I finished off last night as well. And then I have the stockings were hung sign up on the wall. That was a cross-stitch piece I did a few years ago. And then last year I managed to find these buffalo check stockings in Spotlight that we have here in Australia. So I got all those last year. And then just below that I have a stack of Christmas quilts that I've made over the years. I haven't made any last year or this year yet, so I have quilt tops that I need to quilt, but I haven't gotten them any finished off with everything that's happened. So, and then coming around down in front of the bookshelf, I have just a stack of Christmas boxes that I have a bit of cross-stitch stuff stored in, and then I have the barn embroidery piece that I finished, and a couple of red trucks. And then in the bottom of that bookshelf nightstand that's beside the TV unit, I have another red truck and some children's Christmas books for my grandsons when they come. Then coming around, I have the 3-seater lounge, and I have a blanket and some Christmas pillows on there. I think they all came from TK Maxx last year as well. And then Sasha is sitting on the lounge as well. And then coming around, this is my corner of the lounge room. So on my side table, I have a box that says Christmas Tree Farm. And that is, my husband made the box for me several years ago. And then I added the vinyl Christmas Tree Farm to it this year. And then I have a lantern that I got from like a dollar shop. It was not $1 though, because in Australia we don't have that. And then my chair has the plaid blanket and a buffalo check pillow. And then in the box beside my lounge, I just have a couple of cushions in there, just filling that up. Moving back, this is the Christmas tree. I've only set up the one tree this year. I was going to do several trees, but with having a kitten who keeps climbing the tree, so I have to pick up decorations and put them back on pretty much several times a day. So that's what the tree looks like. And then my husband's chair is the same plaid blanket and buffalo check cushion. And then on his side table, I have a Santa in a sleigh with another Santa and a couple of Santas just standing on the ground. And then I also have a little stool, and then I have Christmas Town from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery that I did a few years ago, and I put lights in, so I will show you that lit up in a second. And then I just have a Santa sitting in a tray and a couple of plants and Santas on there. So this is the sign when it's lit up with the lights working. I really love how that one turned out, and had a little bit of help from hubby to put the lights in, but it looks really, really good. Then this is the coffee table in the lounge room, and I just have a chicken in a tray, which is my normal farmhouse decor that I have out all year round. And then I just have some fake poinsettia plants and some snowman candles from Bath and Body Works, and a couple of old Santas that I've had for years, excuse me. And then underneath these tubs are my Christmas movies that I have on DVD. So this is our dining room. You can see my hutch there, and it's full of gingerbread man stuff. I will go in closer in a little bit. And then on the table I have my tiered tray with a little bit more gingerbread, and then the other side to the fireplace in the lounge room, it comes all the way through, so we have our fireplace on this side, and I have that with lots of stuff in it too, and I'll do a close-up of each section now. So you can see the hutch is just full of gingerbread. I got the gingerbread houses from TK Maxx last year, the big ones. The small ones down the bottom I got from Kmart over several years. And then inside the hutch there's other gingerbread stuff, and then the gingerbread plush thingies, they're not really plush because they've got like wooden legs on them, but I got those from a couple of different places last year for my gingerbread theme. And then just the little bottle brush trees and stuff. And then inside the hutch I have 4 placemats that are gingerbread that I got from TK Maxx last year. Either side of that hutch I have my vintage windows that I found, I painted up, and then I've put on the wall with just some wreaths, and they stay up all year round. Coming back down onto the table now, I have a tablecloth there that I got from Spotlight last year, and then the quilted table runner I made several years ago now, and I hand stitched all of the border on that with the Pearl 8 cotton thread, and it's one of my favorite pieces I think I've done. I love that border. It took a while, but it was worth it. And I also ended up making another one for my mum as well because I loved it so much. Then I have my tiered tray, which is filled with gingerbread stuff, chicken stuff, and then I have the little elf mugs I got from Spotlight last year as well. They were super cute, and I thought in the future for grandkids to use when they come around. I just think that would be really fun. And then either side of the tiered tray, I have 2 little gingerbread trees I wanted last year from TK Maxx, and I didn't get them at my TK Maxx, but one of the $2 shops that we had here got them in this year, and my mum got them for me. So that was really good. I love it. Coming over to the fireplace, across the piece in the back is another rag garland that I made a couple of years ago now. And then on top of the fireplace, I have that big gingerbread house, which came from Costco last year. And then the moose and the Santa thing flanking either side of the fireplace, I got from a $2 shop somewhere last year as well. Then down on the base, I have a couple of more red trucks, and then I have some gnomes and Santas and moose things that I got last year and the year before. And then the big moose piece in the middle, my sister got for me for my birthday this year from Costco. So next we will head into the kitchen. So coming into my kitchen, I have this corner here, which is my baking corner, themed corner. I have my bakery farmhouse sign I made several years ago. And I have a basket with some Christmas tea towels and pot holders in. Then I also have that little truck snow globe thing. It's has like snow that floats around when it's plugged in. Then I have my KitchenAid mixer with some a Ray Dunn bowl and another Christmas bowl and a little canister. And then I have the Jamie Oliver Christmas cookbook, and I have that gingerbread sign up the top, old-fashioned gingerbread. I got that this year from an online shop. And then I have the utensil holder there with some spatulas in it. Moving around to the other corner of my kitchen. This corner is also somewhat baking themed. I was going to do a small tree in that corner, but I can't find where I've put it with the move. So this year I decided not to worry about it, and I just have a vintage set of scales, which is actually a clock I got from TK Maxx a few years ago with a baking sign on it. I have a baking Santa and a baking nutcracker, and then just miscellaneous mixing bowls. I have the Kringle Candy Company that came from the same place as the old gingerbread one that I got. And then I also have the Candy Cane Cafe sign, which is a sign that I made myself this year. And then I just have some cookie jars and that kind of thing over in that corner. Then coming around to the stove, I just have some festive tea towels and pot holder sitting on the stove. And then you come around into this corner here, which is my hot chocolate station section. So I have the gnome part first with just some whisks and utensil holders and a biscuit tin. And then I have that tile which says gnome for the holidays in the Ray Dunn style font that I made myself this year. And then I have some Ray Dunn gnome pieces there as well, and the Ray Dunn Joy mug with the topper. And then in front of that I have Mr. and Mrs. Claus mugs that I got from Spotlight a few years ago. And then I have I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks cross stitch, which is, it says vanilla, I'll come in a bit closer, the milk, vanilla, sugar, chocolate. So it's like the hot cocoa version of that one. That one's really cute. I have a few other pieces I would like to stitch for here, but I haven't had time yet this year. Then coming down onto this part of the bench, I just have the Santa sitting on a cake plate, which is a Santa themed cake plate with mugs. And then coming around a little bit further, there's the hot chocolate Christmas sign that I made. It's a bit covered up at the moment. I'll move the mugs out in a minute so you can have a better look. And then I have the farmhouse style mug stand with Ray Dunn mugs on it. And then the teapot and the gingerbread canisters I got from TK Maxx this year. We were lucky to get some really good stuff this year. Then when you come around a bit further, I have this little stand that I made a few weeks ago, and have the Ray Dunn reindeer snacks and Santa canisters. We also got those this year, which was super awesome. and then just some little plates and bowls and more Ray done. Then when you come up further, I have the Christmas blend hot cocoa sign. I made that a few weeks ago, and then I got hubby to help me with this mug rack so I could hang all my Ray Dunn mugs on it, because we scored the jackpot this year with Ray Dunn mugs in TK Maxx. We haven't had the large letter Ray Dunn mugs for a couple of years. And then moving up a bit further, I have this shelf with just some canisters and Ray Dunn mugs, the Santa Helper mug with the topper, Mrs. Claus with a hot cocoa, and just some little knickknacks up there. So that's my kitchen for this year. And next we will move into the laundry. Coming into my laundry, we have a nice big long bench, so I've decided to utilize that with Christmas decor this year. And if I come down just a little bit further from this angle, I just have a wooden board that I got from Kmart this year. I'm just going to turn the lights on. It's a bit dark. I didn't think of that first. That's better. Got the tree, the glass tree, and a candle. The other yo-yo tree I made several years ago now. I just need to glue the star back on top. Then I have this other Santa ceramic piece I got last year, and the wooden deer piece I got a few years ago. And then I've just put some canisters in here and the Santa hand soap dispenser. I'm coming around a little bit further to the nook outside the main bathroom, and I have a small little buffet, and on that I keep my snow globes. And hanging up behind that is a quilt that I made. It was a free quilt along with Laurie Holt. So I made that, gosh, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. It's one of my favorite fall quilts that I've made. And it's so cute and pretty. And so that's that one. And then coming outside of the bathroom there, I just have this sign, which is a chalkboard sign, and I've hung a wreath on it for this year. Sorry, the lighting's gone out. This one's a sensor light, so it's no light switch for it. So it's only when I move that it'll come on. So that is the that picture frame. Eventually I'll do a cross stitch onto that, but I haven't gotten there yet. So for now, I just decided to hang the wreath. And then if you come down a bit further, I have a quilt ladder, quilt stand, and I have a couple of Christmas quilts on that. So that concludes my Christmas home tour for 2020. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will catch up with you soon for an update. Thanks for now.